again to another exciting one. I'm so glad that we're moving forward and you are already becoming a Python ninja. Trust me. All right, today we would like to take a look at inheritance. Like the name implies, inheritance. You're passing something like property, attributes, or what you have from one generation to another. You are inheriting something. So that means inheritance has to do from the parent to the child, or the child can do something to parent based on what they inherit from them. Imagine if I am the next Dangote and I've inherited wealth from my dad, and I can probably, maybe my dad happens to be a tailor, I can decide to use that wealth for something else, but I am based on what I inherited. That means I didn't do exactly what my dad did, but I inherited that thing to do what exactly suits me. That is what inheritance really implies. All right, in a real life analogy, think of parent to children, just like children inherit traits from their parents. We can even use that as an instance, like eye color, height, or some other characters, or child can inherit features like attributes, methods, things that his dad probably does or his parents normally do. You can inherit it from them. So why do we really need inheritance? It's going to get to a time during your programming career where you were going to be reusing a lot of codes because you've already written them before. Then whenever you think about this, no need to rewrite again, just inherit it from the parent code. All right, and sometimes you might want to add some features, maybe to build up your code. You've written something similar, but you just need additional features. You can inherit that and probably add extra features to the existing probably classes. And also you might want to organize related classes better. So how does it really work? Then we need to create a parent class. Like we need to create a parent class, also called the base class, which is the one housing the generic attributes, and the child is also called subclass, and that inherits from the parent. All right, without no further ado, let's dive in. So I'm going to have a class called probably animal. We can have different type of animal in as much as they use 4 legs. Okay. Let's see what it implies. So I want to create a class called animal, and I want to let me create a new cell. All right, and I want to say that this animal has a name and can speak. No, we can have 2 type of animal. If the animal can speak, animal can bark, animal can meow. But if you look at these 2 animals, they have something in common, which is 4 legs. They have heads, they have eyes, they have ears. But those are the common things that they have, and they can voice out. So if you have such animal, we can create a template for animal and create one for dog and one for cat, and they inherit it from the parent animal. Do you understand what I mean? So let's dive in. So I'm going to have a class of animal. I'm going to say animal. And the moment I do that, don't forget, I'll use def, because the reason why I use def is that is the constructor we want to create. It is a follow function. All right. Don't forget, I use 2 underscore. I don't want us to make that mistake again, not 3 underscore. So I'm going to say self, because that self is what we normally use to call the attribute. So I'm going to say name, because I just want to give it a name first. And that is the first attribute that is generic. So the moment I say self, I can say dot the name. You know what it means now. You're not getting used to, you are now pretty much getting used to everything. And I'm going to say self name is equals to name. So the moment you do this, that means you have created a constructor for your classes. Then what functions do you want your class to really make use of? You can say, then I want to create a function where they can speak. All right, since it's a function inside the class, you need to give it a self. All right, that's brilliant. So the moment you do that, what do you want that function to do for you? I want the function to print. Then I want you to give it a name and then say make a sound. I want to know the type of animal that you are. Are you a dog? Are you a cat? So all right, so self name, or you know what it means if I say self dot name. What it means is that I really want you to showcase yourself and that self name. So what I'm going to do is that, and what I'm going to put inside this place is just make a sound. This is brilliant. All right, the moment I do that, I would like to create, if I run the code, I like to run the code first so that I will know if I really make mistake or not. Classes is now getting used to what we can right now, unlike before where we struggle. It's now pretty much getting interesting right now. So then I would like to create a child class called dog. Yep. And from this bottom, I will just say class. Hold on a sec. I will say class and I will say dog. So the moment I do that, all right, the moment I do that, then I will have to, I'm not going to do this like the way we normally do. I have to create open and close bracket before I put the double quote. Reason is that this animal is what I'm going to put inside. So that means it is inheriting every of these things from animal. So that is what it means. Then I can now write whatever I want to build on top of it. Okay. So what I want to build on top of it is that I want you to back for me. And I want to say def and then back. And I will say self. Yeah, what this means is that, and I will say self. Don't forget this particular self is because it's a class inside, is a function inside the class. All right. So what this thing really means is that I've created a function. Then I just want to show you the beauty. Yeah, just hold on. And then I'll say print. Self name. Then notice something. And I'll say woof. Okay, now there's one thing I really want to show you right now. If you look at this particular thing, you see that there is no self name here, but there is self name here. So this dog has inherited self name from this class. I can use self name because I've already put animal inside of this class. So without thinking of where I literally see self name. So let's run the code. You can see nothing happens. That means we're good to go. Then, because this is just a blueprint, is a class, then we need to think about to create an object. All right, let's create an object. So yep, I can just say probably dog. All right, dog1. Yeah, if I should say dog1, what does that mean? So then I will now create a dog object. Dog object. Then I can give it a name now. Just imagine whatever things you want to give. There's a particular dog when I was younger, very, very active. His name is Terry. He belongs to a neighbor called Orlando when I was younger. So I remember now, and I really love the dog, and I just remember the name. All right, good. So what I have in here is this name that this guy inherited from this guy. All right, I can literally use it. Then because I've created the object, now I can use functions. I can make it back. I can make it whatever I want. I can make it speak, and I can also make it back. So let's make it speak. Dog1.speak, speak, and dog1.back. All right. So I can literally even use the two method. The first one from its child, from itself, which is a child, and it's also even making use of the one from the parent. So let's run the code. Okay, something happened. Said dog invalid syntax. Something really happened. Okay, now I see. Here, this is not supposed to have double quotes. Excuse me. So let's run it. Terry make a sound. Terry say woof. Brilliant. So this is just as simple as that. You're able to inherit from your parent. Yeah, so I'm supposed to put these. Let me just put. Oh, let me put this. Create an object. Okay, let me just put it at the top and let me just delete this. Yeah, you can see create an object. This is the object. Then, so what is overriding? Okay. A child can override a method from the parent class, and it if needs to create its own version. That means you can literally override what you have from your parent. Okay, so let's literally create this and let's make it quick. All right, so what we're going to do for overriding is that I'm going to create a class and the object immediately. Let's just make it happen. So let's say, for instance, I create another class called animal. Okay, then if I should create this, what animal should have a def 2_init 2_, then I will have to make it open and close. Oops, and hold on, let me just, because I've created it before, so no need, I can just start making use of it. Dev speak, yeah, dev speak. You can say self. Yeah, I'm not supposed to make it. I just want you to get used to writing more of code. So learn how to override. So, and print animal speak. Print animal speak. Animal speak. Print animal speak. Yeah. So then what we're going to have in here is that, let me create another class. Let me create another animal called cat. You can see, here we go. So cat also have a def and cat also speak. You can see that I'm using the same method, but that means I'm overriding. Yeah, speaks and says self. So instead of saying animal speaks, I can just say meow. But this cat, I can just say, hold on a sec, let me show you something. Let's say print meow. Let me say meow. I don't know the spelling of meow. Seriously, I don't know if I'm right. Okay, you can see I use speak here, and I use it here. It is just for animal speak, but here I was able to override it and put what I really want to have inside. So that's just the meaning of overriding. The reason why you're not saying init, this is because I've created it before. I'm just reusing it again. Okay, let's just run it. Okay, then we can now create the object cat1 is equals to cat1. Okay, cat1 is equals to, I'm going to say, yeah, this thing is not right because I need to ensure that this animal is inside. So that is when it can override. Okay, cat1 is equals to, then I'm going to use this cat big one. That's what it means. And I'm going to say, I'm going to call it like that. I can now say it should speak. I can say cat1 dot speak. Here we go. Brilliant. Let's run the code. You can say meow. Instead of showing animal speak, you just say meow. That means it's override and put what it wants to use inside of it. So that is what it means. It is really, really fun. I believe you're already getting it. So let's just use super again, and we'll call it a day. All right, so I'm going to create another one. So what does super really mean? You can use super to call the parent version of a method. So what does that really mean? You're going to understand what it means now. So, okay, so let's create it. Let's just create a, I'm not going to be using init again because I've already created it at the top. Animal, just calling it back animal. So that's one of the beauty. So if you've used it at the top, just start creating functions alongside. Let's say I'm speaking. I want to speak. And since I want to speak, I just want to say self because it is a function from inside the class. And make a sound, print, I will say make a sound like the one we've written before. Make a sound. All right, that was brilliant. So then we can create a bed. You can see I can create as many as bed. I'll just put animal inside because I want to inherit it. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is that I am going to Now, see, because this is a child, okay, I'm going to say dev speak. Then look at it, dev dot speak. Yep, we have used it before, and I will say self is inheriting from the top, is inheriting from here, is inheriting from the top, self dot speak. Then this is not what I want to show you. You now say super. So this super calls animal speak. So, okay, I'm going to explain. Hold on. Super dot speak. You're going to understand what I'm saying right now. Hold on. What does bird does? How do they make their sound? Chip. Okay. Print. Let's now say bird chips. All right, so look at this. Then let's create an object for bed. You'll see what I'm saying. Bed1 is equals to bed itself. And I want to see bed to speak. Bed dot speak. Yeah, let me just run the code. Okay, I know I'm going to have an error because I am too fast. Yep, so this is not going to have supposed speak. This is supposed to have, yeah, that's how to debug. Then it's supposed to be under. So let me just make it work. Yeah, it should work now. Okay, what opens bed1? That is supposed to be 1. Bed make a sound, bed chips. You can see that because I don't want this to be completely overridden. So that is the reason why I use super speak, that in as much as you are making use of me, I still want you to what? Don't neglect your parent. So that is what it simply means. So super is called method from the parent class. It's just like you are calling the method from the parent class. This is the parent. You are calling this pick from the parent that it should show. And at the same time, you are also what? Using this method. So when you are calling a method from the parent, you can see, because this is a speak, this super is what we use to call this pick. So this is the parent. So we just use it to call it. All right. So then these parent chips also appear. The reason why this appear is that everything is inside this pick. All right. That is what it means. I already know this can be really confusing. Just understand that if you want to use super, you use it to call method from the parent. That's it. So let's see what we've learned today. Parent classes is the original classes. So we inherit from this. So class classes inherit from the parent, and super can call method from the parent class, and override is redefine a method in the child class. All right, guys, I understand this might be overwhelming, but take your time. Look at the code, ask questions, write the code, ensure that you understand it. Do not cram, please. Just understand. You can literally go back to the documentations and watch it again. Watch it again. This code is going to be provided for you on the GitHub. So download the code, look how it works, read the notes around these things, meditate and understand. All right, guys, this is where I'm actually going to stop for now. In the next tutorial, we're going to dive into something beautiful before we create our project. And that thing is going to be called exception handling. And until then, see you in the next one.